But yeah, so you embraced this new producers. Like, was that like I would say like I call it like was that like a mentorship sort of thing, or for business purposes, or were you going through a blank period, or just you saw these guys, you know, they approached you and you just said, you know what, you guys are dope. I want to start a new thing, but you guys.
Well, it's even simpler. My whole career and my whole life is actually made of steps. On each step that you do, you're gonna meet people that will, yeah, you're gonna have an idea sometimes just by something that you're doing. And I was actually working on I think I was starting to go totally digital. Actually was the first ever label in the Caribbean market, Kizomba Caribbean, to drop the CDs, to say, it's useless to do CDs actually. People are not buying them. The future is iTunes, YouTube. So yeah, I was like, don't need that. And I think I was working on Vanda May's first CD and AC Jordan, and working with Shana, working with new artists and old artists of people that I was working with for a long time and a new time. And I was like, hey, told everybody, hey, I want to do something different. Like, you know, I don't believe in albums anymore. Yeah, you can do an album, but actually people are listening to songs more than album. So let's do singles. But when I did singles, I started saying to myself, why not do remixes too? And at that point, I called, I put an a cappella of a Vanda May song on the internet, and then I post on Facebook. Yeah, a cappella's here. Show me your remixes. And I received a bunch of remixes from a lot of people, including you. And I was like, hey, interesting thing. And so it became funny, because every time we would release a single, every week or every 2 weeks, I would release a single, then remixes, then single, then remixes. And we did this all through 2011, 2012. And at the same time, I kind of saw that it was interesting, because it helped me move up the name of artists, single after single, and my strategy was actually working. And at the same time, I saw that there were some people who were actually good and consistent in the remixes that they were giving me. And because I have a publishing company, I was starting to say to myself, would be interesting to sign the best of them. And yeah, start a crew of beat makers, you know? And yeah, at a point, it's not even like the lack of inspiration, but you know, when you do beats, when you start your first beat when you're 8 years old, if I can call it a beat, but when you start touching these keyboards and making sounds when you're 8, you passionate. And the passion is like a glass full of a liquid, and arrives a point where you drink all the liquid and you have no more passion. Not meaning that you don't like making music anymore, but you're not thirsty anymore you're not thirsty for fame anymore. You're not thirsty for being the number one. You're not thirsty for, you know, all these things. You grow older and you're like, you know, I used to make 4 beats all the time, sampling, all these things. I don't like it anymore. It's not I don't like it anymore, but you don't have nothing to prove anymore. When you have like 100 songs, like I have 300 songs registered at SSM, and I got 4,000 beats that I didn't even use. I'm just talking about Kizomba, but I also have 5,000 hip hop beats, and I got house music. I got beats from everywhere. Comes a time where making beats is just, yeah, you get tired of it, you know, just like anything else, because that's being human, you know, and you pursue new dreams. And by the time this was arriving to me, I said to myself, yeah, maybe it's time to, you know, step up in the pyramid and have kids. And yeah, I was listening to people like L Beatmaker, like Giz Pro, Snake E, and others making beats that me at their age, at between 18 and 22, I was so far from it. But these ones, they were born while I was me making my art. So they benefit from all my ideas and stuff, and they take it further. And you're like, wow, it's fantastic. And at this point, it's, you know, you can just look at it and say, oh, yeah, I'm gonna retire soon. Or you can say, well, maybe it's time I become the boss of the mafia. Simple as that. Because, you know, me, the other name of Sushi Raw is Octopus Society. You know, we are like an octopus with tentacles here and there, and it's international, and it's, you know, and we are a bunch of independent people working together. And that's exactly the way I saw it for beats. That's the way I see it for making videos. That's the way I see it for a lot of things. If we can help each other. Me, I have fame. This fame, if somebody like L Beatmaker, for example, because he did all these remixes for me, he ended up doing half of Judge's album, and now he's working with Nelson Freitas and other people, and yeah, he's signed to my publishing company, and it's a beautiful thing, because I wish I had back then when I started, somebody who had the vision of what the market was and could take me somewhere, and could one day, for example, like I did with Eligio. One day Eligio told me, hey, okay, we did 4 albums, and I think I'm ready to have my own label and have my own studio and do exactly everything you taught me. Oh yeah, fine. What's your budget? Oh, I have that much. Okay, let's go buy equipment for you. We bought equipment. We found him a logo. We found that we put him on a way to have a digital distribution for his music, and the guy is up and running, and it's beautiful. And yeah, some people come and say, hey, you have beef with your old artists, they're not with you. No, you know, kids grow up, they leave the house, it's normal, you know, and you got other kids waiting, and that's it. The people think that to stop working with somebody, it needs to be a beef, you know. No, sometimes it's just evolution. This is life, you know. In life, you cannot be doing the same thing forever. You cannot like the same thing forever. And the passion I see in these kids making beats is the passion I had 20 years ago. And yeah, it sounds like an old guy talking, but yeah, well, you know, I'm about to be 40. So, you know, at a point, sexy, but at a point, you need to, if you never advance in life, you arrive to a point where you stay in the same place, and at a point, people arrive to where you were, and then they go past you because you met your ceiling. And me, I'm the type of person, when I arrive to a ceiling, I see it like, okay, this is the end of level 1. You beat the boss, like a video game, and then you arrive to level 2, down there, and let's go again. And that's exactly what I did all my career. First album was signed, second album was signed, third album, did it myself. I just did the songs and the production myself. Fourth album, started mixing myself. Fifth album, learned to record myself. And then, because I learned to record myself on my own albums, I started recording other people. And then I signed my contract with Apple for iTunes. And you know, always learning. And at a point, you arrive to this point where instead of being this young, hungry kid that was wanting just to have his voice heard, once everybody heard your voice already, you don't need to be this hungry kid again. You know, you need to step your game up, and in the end, yeah, maybe you can own an industry. Maybe when people think about Kizomba, they think about your name, or if they say Zouk, they think about your name, you know, and that's a beautiful thing. Go to YouTube and go to bed. Wake up Sunday. 1 p.m. full of notifications.